gave me that itch to come back and get on the sidelines, just being a sideline reporter. So I knew I was missing something, but obviously, being around the program, watching things that's been going on here, and watching Coach Fish and Coach Likens, and learning from those guys, and learning from Coach Herm about what it takes to be a great receivers coach, and for myself now, knowing I get to step in these shoes, and it's a big role, but I'm looking forward to it and excited about this opportunity that I have.
How challenging was it for you the last 2 years to not be able to coach, and now the flip side, now you are going to be able to be a hands-on coach?
Well, I think the biggest thing now, I don't have to worry about compliance no more. I don't have to worry about my friends over there. But even though we're all good buddies, but I like messing with those guys over there. But it'll be a challenge. Just getting things started. Trying to put my own, with myself and Coach Gill's, our own stamp on these guys, and exactly how we want these guys to play each and every week, and what we want these guys to get done in practice. That's the biggest thing. They got to be able to take what we do from the meetings to practice, and then from practice to the games.
And immediately you and Coach Gill have a bit of a challenge in that your best guy, Brandon Ayuk, won't be there. Your thoughts on the other fellas and how they'll step up in the Sun Bowl?
Well, you know what? Next man up. It happens every year. New guys come in, older guys go out. So it's definitely got to have that next man up mentality. And I think we still got Kyle Williams. We still got stupid swole big play Frank coming back. So we got some guys that we know if we just fine print and fine tune those details, they can go out there and make the same plays that Ayuk made. But so it's time for somebody to step up. Who wants to be the guy? Just got to go out there and play and let the game come to yourself and do your job.
And it looks like one of your guys, Kyle Williams, could be doing several jobs in the Sun Bowl, huh?
Yeah, he might be. He's always been that utility guy for us. It really didn't matter where we put him at on offense. We just know he's able to make plays at any given moment, whether it's at running back or wide receiver, or if he split out wide or in the slot, he can do it all. So obviously he's a big focal point in our offense. So we're going to let him do what he does, and it's his final game as a Sun Devil. So I know he's looking forward to going out with a bang, and for us it's all about getting the W.
Derek, congratulations on the new role. Did it feel different though from analyst to coach today?
Yeah, I actually got to run around. I broke a sweat today, so I think after Thanksgiving and everything, I shedded a few pounds, so burned some calories. So it felt good to get out there and run around.
From your perspective, what did you see in the young guys this year? Jordan Curley, Ricky Pearsall?
I think just their growth from when they came in from June until now. They're different players. Obviously, they're still learning. They're still only freshmen, but we don't treat them as freshmen anymore. We expect those guys to go out there and play and produce, because that's what we want. The best guys are going to play, and they're two of our best players on the perimeter. And once they just fine-tune all the details, I think they'll be very, very dominant for years to come.
And I guess we should have mentioned Jordan Porter in that group, too.
Yes, Jordan Porter is in that group, too. And, obviously he got, some playing time last season, and he's played a lot this year, behind Ayuk. And now it's his turn. Now it's all up to him. If he wants to go out there and prove that he's capable of playing, 60, 70 snaps a game, it starts in practice. So I think, he's pretty confident in his abilities to go out there and play. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does.
Well, now it's your turn as well, D.A. Congratulations, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach, can you give me a scouting report on Brandon? What's an NFL team going to get out of him when he shows up in camp?
They're going to get a playmaker. A guy that's very, very explosive. His first step, and once he catches the ball, if he's got a little crease, he's going to hit it. He's going to go, and I think that's what's really stood out about Brandon this year is he's capable of turning a 5-10 yard catch into a 50, 60, 70, 80 yard touchdown, and that's something I can't coach. I can coach the details, I can coach the technique, I can coach the fundamentals, but that extra game breaking speed, he just has it. That's his natural ability, and coaches, whichever NFL team gets him, they're going to be lucky to have him, because he's a special playmaker, and we only had him for a year and a half, 2 years. So for him to do that much in that little of time, that tells you his ceiling is very high.
He grew a lot. Can you talk to me about his growth?
Well, he was a totally different player from when he got here to where he's at now. It took him a while to really understand what we wanted from him. And that takes time trying to develop a wide receiver, because we just didn't want him just to be a receiver. We wanted him to be a complete receiver, whether it's running the ball, returning the ball, receiving, and doing the little things. And I think it took him a while to get started. Obviously when he first came in, he was playing behind the keel, watching the keel, and the keel was a guy, and he pretty much was waiting his turn. But I think the biggest difference was him putting in that work in the offseason with Jaden, out here on the practice field out here, and building that connection that you need from a quarterback and wide receiver, and and it showed once the season started.
Last one for me, the transition at wide receiver from this level to the next level. What's that like? What's he gonna expect?
That the next level is more mental. You know, I think everybody's got speed, everybody's talented, but the pro game is all mental. You know, it's how much do you know about your opponent? You know, because it's little movements, it's maybe alignment, maybe spacing, maybe a certain depth in the route that a defender is going to study. So the more time you understand your opponent, the easier it's going to be for you to see what's happening before it even happens. So it's all mental from there. You just got to have to know what you're doing.
We see more young athletes now bypassing the bowl game. Is that helping them get ready quicker for that next level?
I think it just all depends on the player. You know, me personally, like, you know, when I was coming out, I played in the bowl game, so I really don't have a preference whether a guy plays or not. You know, if you think it's gonna help your stock or not gonna help your stock, you know, I'm all for it. You know, obviously BA is not playing. If I could have one more game, I wouldn't mind, but you know, we've had 20-something games together, so I'm happy. You know, I'm thankful that I was able to be around him and work with him, and now he's on, you know, to better things and trying to fulfill his dream.
You and Prentice kind of have that 1-2 punch now, as Coach is saying. There's no more tight ends coach, and you guys are going to be taking over the receiving core. How do you see that working out?
It's going to work great. You know, we teach fundamentals and technique. You know, some people, like, you know, they called Tim Duncan Mr. Fundamentals. So that's what I try to teach with my guys, because, you know, everybody's talented, but what separates you from everybody else? It has to be your details, your fundamentals, your technique. That's going to help you in the long run. And if you can keep that, I think you know, a lot of our guys they'll go a long ways just understanding, like, hey, just keep the details and you'll be fine on Saturdays.
Did you ever think you would be in this position coaching back at your alma mater?
No, I did not. You know, I was, like I said, I got the itch for coaching, you know, probably about 3-4 years ago. First when I was training guys, and then you know, just being a sideline reporter, stand on the sidelines, you just start seeing certain things, and it just brought me back to the game. And you know, now just to be in these shoes, obviously I'm thankful for it. So, for this opportunity, but you know, it's time to get to work. So I'm looking forward to it. You know, we're trying to, you know, myself and Prentice trying to put our own stamp on this receiver group, and you know, we're trying to turn this school into wide receiver U. You know, why not us? So we got the guys. So just got to put in the work and make sure that these guys are ready to play. And you know, we're going to bring new guys in that's going to compete and push these guys. And we're going to go from there.
You two are just getting to know each other, but what do you think of him at this point, particularly his recruiting reputation? Prentice?
I think it's awesome. You know, obviously a big part of college football is recruiting. You know, you got to be able to bring the players in. You got to be able to establish those relationships. And for us, you know, college is all about the recruiting. You know, you got to have the players. You know, sometimes the players is going to make the coach. So if you bring in the right guys that fit your system, you know, I think it'll work out great. So we feel like we got a really good plan in hand. Today was day one for us to put it together. We finally, you know, obviously implemented the system and what we wanted, what the expectation was for these next 9 days before Coach Hill gets in and changes things up. But we have a good plan, and we're looking forward to putting it in and getting ready to go.
Did you know him before all this happened?
No, I did not. So just met him a couple weeks ago when he came in. So since he's came in, we've been, you know, obviously hitting it hard. We've been, you know, sitting down, just going over certain things that we feel like is going to take our receiver group and the tight ends to the next level. You know, we're trying to, you know, make sure everybody is uncoverable on the field, especially in man coverage. And you know, if you can't be covered man coverage, and if you got 5 or 6 guys that can do that, you know, we'll be very dangerous on offense, especially with a guy like Jaden at quarterback. So, you know, he'll have plenty of options to spread the ball around.
Coach Edwards was just talking about how obviously you got to have a love for wanting to coach, but like recruiting as well too.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about going into living rooms. I mean, this being your alma mater, does that make it easier for you to sell? Still a grind, but easier for you to sell?
Oh yeah, a lot easier. You know, just because I can tell them the expectations and what goes on at this university and what it means to bleed maroon and gold. You know, so for me, like I said, I'm a Sun Devil for life, and you know, I don't plan on going anywhere. That's why I came back. I wanted to be around this program, wanted to be a part of it, and I wanted to help this university grow. Because you know, why can't we compete for Rose Bowls or Pac-12 championships every single year? I feel like, you know, we're in the right place and we're trending upwards, but now we just got to go out there and do it.
Does this time of year seem strange to you that you guys have a game to play, but yet there's staff changes? Players leaving?
Well, not too much because this time of year I was used to playing about 3-4 years ago in December, but now it's obviously getting used to it and seeing what happened last year and a few years before when I was doing the sideline stuff with coaches coming and going. So I'm sort of used to it. Obviously it was a change just seeing what happened with the other coaches, but just like. If you're players, next man up. Whoever comes in, it's you got to step up. Now I have myself and Prentice have a job to do, and we're looking forward to getting started and making this thing happen and taking care of Florida State in a few weeks.
Do you think your coaching styles are similar? Do you know yet?
Yeah, I think so. We've sat down, we've talked about it. I think the biggest thing we're harping on is just the details. The details of just the little things, because that's we feel like that's what's holding us back. From getting over that hump. Because we're sitting at 7-5, but we feel like we shouldn't be 7-5. We should be a whole lot better than that. But it's a record is a record. We know we got one game to go, so we just got to go handle our business and hopefully get this W.
When Zach Hill gets here, like the division of how you guys are going to split up your responsibilities, is it going to be like an inside-outside thing, or is it going to be what Hill wants when he gets here, or how's that all going to go?
Yeah, we're not totally sure yet. Obviously for the bowl game, we're both just coaching the position. The inside-outside really doesn't, because all our guys play inside or outside. So we'll get that figured out, when the times come. But for now, it's just we're both leading the room. We're leading the group. We'll sit down, we'll meet with each other, and figure out exactly how we want to run things, when we run it, and there's certain things we want to do in practice. And we got to make sure we're on the same page, because I can't be, telling some receivers one thing and he's telling receivers another thing. So both him and I are, as long as we're on the same page, I think we can really make this thing roll.
Do you have any thoughts on Hill yet, or have you had enough opportunity to be around him?
We haven't been around Coach Hill yet. So, hopefully, I think he's supposed to be here tomorrow, so it'll be our first time meeting him. I know he's done some great things up in Boise, as far as, his scheme and things that he wants to run. So for us, it's the biggest thing is, right after the season starts, we'll dive right into the playbook to make sure we know it, by the time spring ball comes around.
What stands out about Florida State so far and things you guys are looking at?
I would say just overall team speed. They got some playmakers back there. I think they're secondary. They do some good things. They got some talented players that can make some plays at any given moment. And for us, I think the biggest thing, we just got to win our one-on-one matchup. So if you get that opportunity, make the play.
And when you meet Zach Hill tomorrow, what do you